We're here with BoZac, a wonderful country group local to Central Virginia, but you guys are making your way all around the country, and we're going to talk a little bit and play some songs, but it's all about the music. Let's play some songs first, guys. What you got for us?
Well, the wife and I's a fussing, brother, that's alright. 'Cause me and that woman bought a license to fight, so mind your own business. Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. Well, the woman on the party line's the noisiest thing. She picks up the receiver when she knows it's my name. So mind your own business. Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine.
Well, the girl I love wears her hair up high. Boys always wear it, she walks by. So mind your own business. Mind your own business. If you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine.
Excellent stuff. Guys, you know, Bo, when you told me about your new concept here, you said it's kind of a throwback. It's kind of an older style, but we got some new things going on with it. Give us, in your words, the description of the sound that BoZac has.
Well, we didn't really want to be completely commercial, you know, drums and all the instruments. So we started out with just an acoustic project, and we kept adding. We added a few vocals here, vocals there. As it actually got sounded better to us as we did it. So we actually carried the recording equipment to Nashville on a trip, and we recruited a fiddle player which played with Ricky Van Shelton. He was a good friend of his. He came into the hotel room, and we recorded him there. So it's kind of unique sound. And a good friend, Johnny Howland, lives down there. We had him do some guitar work on it, and that's where we ended with that. We didn't go any further. We liked what we had at that point, and the songs, of course, are older songs. We went and got some stuff that hasn't been recorded, you know, in quite a while. So kind of put our spin on that. That's what we're after.
Well, Bo, you've been around the Central Virginia music scene for a while. I think a lot of folks know you from some of your other projects and things that you've done. Zach, I don't want to call you the new guy or the mystery man, but introduce folks to what you got going on. Tell us about where you're from and your musical background and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm from the same hometown as Bo, Rustburg, Virginia. And we met, I was playing solo gigs when I was 16, so it would have been 2011. And Bo came out to hear me, and he liked what I did, and we ended up playing together in the end. Here we are now. So.
The project, I know you've been going to Nashville for recording, and you've been playing with some people too. Talk about that process. I mean, when people say, "Oh yeah, he's going to Nashville," I mean, what does that involve for you guys? What are you doing?
Well, we mainly go down there to network and meet people. We only about 10% is playing music down there for us, at least. But we go out to hear people a lot, and we'll go out to, you know, listen to new people recording and things like that. But we'll mainly, you know, it's mainly a business trip to where we can, you know, trying to get what we're trying to do out there and our endeavor to keep this country music thing going. So
we actually have several agents out there that we work with, and we have plenty of shows, but we find it more important to just hang out, you know, and get to know these musicians and get to know the artists and just be part of the crowd, you know. And that's what we end up doing. We always end up being called up to sing. We end up performing anyway, but we don't particularly go for that reason. We go to just, like I say, hang out, network, and be there and be where you need to be, and try to learn all we can from those guys too.
Well, you mentioned the networking and connections. I know you're doing some stuff with Ricky Van Shelton, and he's kind of using some of his connections. He wants to stay behind the scenes, of course, but talk about how much that has meant, I guess, his guidance, maybe, for lack of better terms, and just what it's like being around a great musician, great singer like he is.
That's the highlight of what we do. I mean, we treasure he and Betty's friendship way above anything musical. I mean, they're great friends of ours. And when I had Zach playing with me at the time, and I just told Ricky, I said, you need to hear this guy. Ricky was out of the scene; he wasn't doing much, and he obviously loves music. So I took Zach there, and Zach sung about 6 hours and never repeated a song, and didn't come out of the '60s. So Ricky was pretty impressed with that, and he just, after a few months of just sitting around and playing and just fellowship with them, he surprised me and said, "Hey, we're going to Nashville." And he took us down, called up a bunch of friends and music executives, and took us there for a showcase. And we got to play and meet tons of people, and that's the connections that were made and still, fruitful today. I mean, we still go down to meet with the same people. They're great to us. They took us in like family. And we actually just got back again. One of the guys where Ricky got his career started, Randy Travis got his career started. Just pretty much everybody in Nashville came through the Nashville Palace. Well, John Hobbs turned 90 this weekend, and we had the honor of playing for his birthday party, and that was an honor. I mean, that guy is really something in the community. He pretty much developed Music Valley. He's the guy that created all that. So that was cool, and like I say, we just. We met Randy Travis. Got to meet him this weekend. That was an honor. Got to play for him. And, so yeah, that's what happened this week.
Well, let's talk about your new CD and what's coming up next in a bit. But how about another song before then? Does that work for y'all?
That'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try a little something. A little Ricky Van song. She sings cold bitter, then I beg of you, just stop and consider all she's gone through. Don't be quick to condemn her for things she might say. Just remember, life's turned her that way. She's been walked on and stepped on so many times, and I hate to admit it, but the last footprints mine. She was crying, I met her. She cries harder today, so don't blame her. Life's turned her that way, so don't blame her. Life's turned her that way.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for that. Gosh, one thing I noticed, Zach, you were kind of singing more of the lead part in the first song you did, and then you gave Bo the lead here. Is that a part of the program, kind of an equal share? Both guys get to jump in and do their thing?
Yeah, we try to balance it out to where one person will sing harmony one song and the other person will sing harmony the next song. So it gives an eclectic sound to where it's never the same sound the whole night. So, and people like it, people dig it. So
we're actually playing around with the idea of the same song, switching around to see if people catch what we're doing.
Yeah,
we were talking about that today.
Well, you did that a little bit in that first one. Talk about the CD. You got it with you. We're going to plug it in here to the interview so folks can hear it. Tell us about the process of making it. I know it's something you're pretty proud of.
Yeah, I've been recording for a long time and never did my own project, so this was really special to me. we started out, like I say, everybody that was coming around to see us wanted us to have something. You know, just give us a CD, just record something live, do something. So we got together, and I had the equipment. You know, I already had that, so I said, let's just sit down and do something. And it started out to be a couple acoustics, a couple vocals, pretty much what you just heard. And as I said earlier, we just kind of got into a process, and I'd add a little bit of lead to it, and I would add a little background here and a little background. We ended up doing quite a bit of background vocal, and added the other instrumentation from Nashville, obviously. And it came out with this sound that we're real proud of, and we actually took it from concept to what you have. I mean, we did the mastering, the mixing, everything was done between myself, Zach, and Ricky was right there with us. He produced this project with us. So, you know, we didn't do anything without his approval. I wanted it that way. You know, he stayed back, wanted to stay back more so than we let him, but we pulled him into and there's a special treat too. Most people already know the secret's out, but he did produce it, and he sang with me on the 10th track, which is a song that means a lot to me as well. And that was an honor, a true honor. Someone I come up listening to and learning to play and sing, and that's getting to sing with him was an honor. And Zach, you get anything to add?
Yeah, where we recorded it was in Ricky's cabin, and it's really not a place you would want to record anything in, but it turned out to have this different sound that, you know, we enjoyed and we ran with it. So it's come out to be a project that we're proud of, and I think Ricky's proud of, and we're proud to make him proud. So that means a lot to have him on our side.
Any normal studio engineer would cringe when they look. I'm talking glass and hardwood.
Right.
And it's just not a studio environment. And we came out with the coolest thing. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. So.
That's awesome. Zach, let me throw a question at you here.
Sure.
You've got loads of talent. Obviously, people have seen that. What have you learned from guys like Bo and guys like Ricky? I mean, we can't talk all day here. I'm sure you've learned a lot, but hit some of the highlights, some of these things that you've picked up from these guys.
A lot of vocal lessons I've learned from Bo and Ricky. Not so much they've sat down and shown me, just things I've picked up.
Right.
And some things they have shown me, but you know, a lot of harmonies I've learned to where I had no idea how to sing harmony before I met them. A lot of, you know, enunciation with my words that makes a whole difference, and you know, a lot of live show techniques to where I can, you know, please the crowd, engage with the crowd. I've learned a lot of that from Ricky, and
I'm really glad he didn't get that from me, because I don't speak. I'm talking in a microphone there, and anyone who knows me knows I don't talk in a microphone. I sing in a microphone. I do not talk. So.
Well, I was going to ask Bo. I was going to spin the question around on you. What have you learned from Zach? I'm sure this new guy's kept you on your toes a little bit, right?
He, believe it or not, he's 22, and he's taught me old country.
Right.
I thought I was old school, and oh my gosh. He comes out with stuff every show. He was like, "Oh, how about this one?"
Right.
And we don't. It's Ricky's gonna cringe on this. I hope it hits the air, but we don't really rehearse a lot. We play our shows, and our shows reflect. Everybody that knows us knows what we do. We get a request, we'll look at each other and take off. And that is, you just witnessed the practice. That's what we do. That's how we learn. We do not have a set list. We played in front of 3,000, 4,000 people. No set list. And set lists make me nervous. I like to play music and be with the crowd. So we're very fluid with the crowd. If something's not working, we go another way. And luckily, Zach has the repertoire to go there, and I do as well, because I played so long. So we just follow whatever works. You know, we're not on a schedule. You know, and I want to keep. That's something I always want to do. I want to keep. That's what we're about. You know, and I think people appreciate that. I hope so. It seems like they do.
Well, Zach, where you're a young guy, I mean, where'd you get this love for the old country music? Something about it just kind of tweaked your ear always, or did it start somewhere?
Well, when I grew up, that's all my dad played was classic country music and bluegrass. It's pretty much all I was allowed to listen to. But that's where I got my love for it, and I was probably 12 or 13, got a guitar for Christmas, and started playing it. Wasn't very good.
Didn't take him long to get that fixed.
That's great stuff. All right, well, let's play these guitars again. Let's hear something else.
Let's do just a little bit of track 10 on the CD, and this is a song that's near and dear to my heart. That's why it's on there. I actually got cut a couple times in the process of making this, but it came back, and I think it's one of my favorites now. So it's funny how that happens in the process. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the deer is standing best for a world of lost sinners and slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown, and exchange it someday for a crown.
Wow. Impressive stuff there, guys.
Thank
It's
you. Thank you.
That's great. Let's see, obviously at KD Country we love playing the traditional country music, the classic country and stuff with this sound. I think Marty Stewart said it best, though. He something along the lines of, it's great to want to preserve that, but how can we take it further? So I'll take that. I'll put that question to you guys. What's the next move with your sound here? I mean, how can you take it a little bit further and put your stamp on it?
Well, we've been writing. We've been in the process of writing and have that same style to keep that genuine country sound, I guess, and apply it to new songs. So,
and you'll see if you come to our shows, you'll see that we're doing pretty traditional here, but we actually step out of the box a little bit live. We'll throw in some wailing stuff, some blues. It's gonna, we'll do whatever we have to do, and we like that. It's not even saying we won't have a little blues on the CD coming down the line or something bluesy or a little bit of. We've all played Southern rock. We've done all that, but this is where our heart's at, and I want to keep this type of sound. And maybe, we're gonna, the next project we're gonna actually feature some musicians we've met in Nashville on different tracks. We'll have steel here, fiddle here, piano. We're gonna do some things like that. So our sound's gonna change a little. It's gonna vary a little bit. And one thing you just heard the gospel song. We both, I grew up in church, and obviously I believe. And one thing we agreed on when we started this process is we're going to put a gospel song on every CD. We're going to close out our CD with a gospel song because that's just something I feel led to do. So, but our sound, I hope we're going to stay true to it. It'll vary a little bit.
What about the gigs coming up? I mean, some in Central Virginia, some in Nashville, some wherever the road takes you, kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
we have just this week. Well, should we talk about this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut it out later if we need to.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah. No.
Whenever this is here, we'll talk about.
Well, the best thing we can do there is our website.
Yeah. Tell folks where they can find you.
We can go to www.BoZacMusic BoZac and we'll have our schedule, tour dates, and you can buy our CDs off there, and we'll have T-shirts on there soon too. So
koozie cups, all kinds of merchandise. We'll be doing anything anybody wants, we'll have it.
Good stuff. BoZacMusic.com. Is that right?
That's right.
And there's a link there to take you to their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/BoZacMusic. They all link together.
Gotcha. All right. Well, what else we need to say?
You want to do another song?
Yeah. Let's
take
do
us
one
out.
more song. And we'll,
Let's do one off the CD. This is.
Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one off the CD. This is. Let's do one o
Back porch preacher preaching at me, acting like he wrote the golden rule, shaking his fist and speeching at me, shouting from his soapbox like a fool. Come Sunday morning, he's lying in bed, his eyes all red from the wine in his head, wishing he was dead, but he ought to be heading for the Sunday school. Clean up your home backyard. Oh, don't you hand me none of your line. Clean up your home backyard. You tend to your business, I tend to